I will miss. I could go on listing these forever, but Father Dan told me to keep this short. When I think of a way to describe my mom, I'm at a loss for words. I think back to a couple months ago when she was writing a letter of recommendation for a student who was applying for a scholarship. She described that student as a Renaissance man. I guess I can describe her as a Renaissance woman. She really knew everything about everything. Most of you know of her love of learning and teaching. Throughout her career, she taught Latin, Spanish, religion, English, current events, and her favorite, history. A while back, my brother and I laughed because she had so many Latin, mythology, and history books around the house, so she always had something new to teach her students. The funny part was that we were confident she knew that she could have actually written most of those books, and she already knew the facts they contained. But her love of knowledge did not stop at academics. I am truly amazed at the depth and scope of her knowledge. Before there was Google or Wikipedia, there was the mother. If anyone had a question on anything, what would we do? Go ask her mother. This is one of the things that we have already discovered that we miss so much. Over the past few days, every one of us has mentioned that mother would know the answer to whatever question needed answering. From family history, to directions, to how long something should cook, to what time the body game was, what time the body game was on. She would know the answer. Some of you probably know her best as Mrs. Mahar, the teacher. While teaching was her career, it was actually something she absolutely loved doing. She probably would have done it for free, and teaching at a Catholic school, she practically did. Teaching was a lifelong passion, and while she enjoyed whatever subject she might be teaching, she loved the interaction with the kids even more. Teaching was so much part of her life that while receiving chemo, she continued to teach Latin to her homeschool students. She even gave a lesson via the phone the day before she was admitted to the ICU. At this point, the mother would point out that the word via comes from the Latin word via, meaning go or way. As many of you know, one of our mom's greatest interests was sports, which started as a love passed on to her by her father. This crossed all levels and all sports. From our baseball and softball games, to our basketball games, to races and dance recitals. We knew our biggest fan would always be in the stands cheering us on. Along the way, we also shared her love for the New York Mets, the Buffalo Sabres, and of course, BonaResponds. Her connection to Bonaventure went much deeper than just cheering on her basketball team. While the records show she officially received her master's degree in 1998, her relationship with the university goes back to the fact that her father helped build Francis Hall and took her to basketball games at the Olean Armory. All 5 of her kids would end up graduating from St. Bonaventure. One would return to become a professor, and she helped me celebrate my wedding here in this very chapel only 9 months ago. While my mom cheered on the local college, and even though she lived her entire life in the house her father built at 624 Main Street, she was also eager to travel and explore the world around her. At first, our family vacations usually consisted of visiting our relatives in Delaware, along with history lessons at educational or historical sites such as Gettysburg, Washington, D.C., Colonial Williamsburg, and Philadelphia. Over the years, her travels expanded to more far-flung places, such as England, Ireland, Italy, the Caribbean, and all over the United States and Canada. In recent years, these trips frequently included hiking and camping in national parks such as Arches, Yosemite, Grand Canyon, and Yellowstone, to name a few. These trips became known in our family as Camp Marge. Even as late as last summer, she was out with us hiking at 9,000 feet in the Colorado Rockies. The only thing Mother did not like about traveling was having to be without her pets for a week or so. I have been
Thank you so much, Mary.
Those of you who know me, I run BonaResponds. We're not necessarily always known for planning well in advance. So when I'm here now and Bonnie should be a little nervous at this point, we have a slight change in the program.
I'm a little nervous, yeah, but you know what? I expected it, Jimmy, so go for it, okay?
I'm really, there's a song, when my mom first was diagnosed with cancer, I told all of my friends, and some of my friends, one in particular, Wesley, who Jerry and I worked at his house when we were after the earthquake, sent a song to my mom. It was sort of became her song through every single doctor's visit, etc. We really wanted to listen to it. Before a doctor's visit, and totally unbeknownst, I never told anyone it was her song, I never did anything. Pat, who also had a charity care which works in Ghana, when they told some of his friends there, they quoted the exact same song in email trying to cheer her up. So if we just listen to a couple, maybe one or two refrains of the song, it would be great. I don't know where you are, Phil, but please play it.
God will make a way where there seems to be no way. He works in ways we cannot see. He will make a way for me. He will be my God. Hold me closely to his side. With love and strength for each new day, he will make a way. He will make a way. Let's sing it together. Oh, God will make a way where there seems to be no way. He works in ways we cannot see. He will make a way for me. He will be my God. Hold me closely to his side. With love and strength for each new day, he will make a way. He will make a way.
Song is on, if everyone does want to hear the rest of it, I'm sure it's on Facebook or search. I would say love it, but that doesn't work. I didn't know what I was going to say. I still not 100% sure since Mary's still But this past week, I was going through some of my mom's computer files, looking for a few things, and I found some old test of hers. And some students may have taken this test. This was an essay that I thought was particularly telling. And she loved Schindler's List, played it repeatedly in different classes throughout the years, and really thought a lot of Oscar Schindler, who had saved many, many thousands of Jews. And I'm just going to read part of it. Schindler was just, this was an essay question on one of her tests. Schindler was just one of many individuals who made a difference in other people's lives. Some of them are already famous, some of them quietly working on their goals. Your assignment for this class is to select another person who has made a difference, and in an essay of at least 500 words, explain what that person did to make a difference. You should tell the servant instead of those. I picked her, so this is an essay to her. But I didn't want, I teach with lots of prompts, so I want you, and I don't have a computer up here to show it, but I want you to imagine a picture. My essays begin with a picture. It's a picture of a pond, a very still pond. And into that pond, a rock is thrown. And the rocks create ripples, and the ripples keep going, and they keep going. And that is, there's two pictures at the beginning, and then I start with the writing of the essay. The person I'm going to write about is my mother, Marge. She's not a famous person. While an avid traveler, she lived her entire life in the same town, on the same street. Yesterday alone, I probably heard 15 students came to me and said, I would never be where I am now if it wasn't for you. That's one thing. There are hundreds. We also often don't know the impacts of what we do. I preach at BonaResponds events all the time. We don't know, building a wheelchair, we put that wheelchair, so the person may die the next day, but on the other hand, it may open an entire new life for that person. We just never know. I think that is something that my mom understood immensely. And whether it was teaching in the classroom, teaching us, whether it was a smile for someone who's having a bad day, that makes an impact, and that ripple is a little bigger, a little bigger, a little bigger. My mom clearly was a great teacher. She valued education. It's hard, and I'm just going to brag about my family for a second. It's hard to imagine a family with an old surgeon, an emergency room pediatrician, a lawyer turned a history teacher, a kindergarten teacher, and then the black sheep of the family, me, and a college professor. It's also, she taught us the value of caring for people. One family has 3 charities started from one family. It's hard to imagine. It all goes from her to dad. You would not be doing this stuff if it wasn't for them. I think she understood that, but she also understood the importance of treating people with respect. In everyone. I don't care if it was the janitor, I don't care if it was the person holding the door, whoever. Everyone is, and I know, we talked about this on the bill at our presentation there, that you treat people like you want them to do. That was her. And that was her 100% of the time. She, after one of the treatment, the first treatments, she was teaching people then. She was in there was a doctor, there was a resident, there was a, whatever, Pat Patel, the first year student, med student who was there. And she was helping, the first year student was really kind and was just said thank you, and was really, my mom was petrified. And she was helping her, and she told her afterwards, thank you, I just want you to know that what you did really helped me. So if you're helping someone else down the road, you'll know what to say. And what you told me really made me at ease. So even literally in the doctor's offices in the last weeks, she was still teaching. And I think that, more than anything else, is her. So what would you want to teach today if she were here? And I think lots of things. What if for every, as Mary said, she wrote us emails and texts every day. I think if probably the one thing that she said all day, every day was carpe diem, seize the day, make the most of it. We're not here. In fact, some of you may be wondering why I'm wearing a Eeyore sweatshirt. I'm wearing a Eeyore sweatshirt because this is what my mom wore to all of her doctor's appointments. To remind her not to be rude. She would look down and see Eeyore and say, I'm doing most of this. She was cheerful to the end. And I think that's what she wanted to do. To treat life like a gift. I don't know many people who live life more than full. She went into the ICU on Saturday. That Wednesday, we walked a half mile on that field. That Tuesday, she was lifting weights in the room. She had plans in the future galore. She wanted to start a new branch of BonaResponds. She went, when we were at Roswell, every time she went there, she had an entourage. There were 5 or 6 of us every day at Winter. She saw people who were in the hospital who were going through this cancer without anyone. And it's near her. And she said, I wish I could do something. So we had plans. On the 1-year anniversary of her being diagnosed, she wanted to announce a new branch of BonaResponds, where we were going to write letters and help people who were going through this alone. And we would write letters to them. So somehow we're going to continue. I'm not sure how. We will. To be curious is another message she wants you to teach. Learning is valuable, whether it's for a specific job, task, assignment, or for whatever. You never know when you don't stop learning. And she would definitely say that. To appreciate the world around us. Bonnie still in the building? care charities, BonaResponds, or any of the people who just go that extra couple minutes with students who establish some issues that might not be that she stayed for. And then you can come up to me today and say, I wouldn't make it through law shit for one for your mom helping me. The same things. We'll see you in that. We'll see you continue to live out in the love of nature. The fact that every time we see a pretty sunset, the first buzz of spring, the first crocus, the first robin, or the peonies. And every time we take Bonnie walking, in every Mets or Sabre win, and the best case probably the losses too. So I ask you, if you remember her, you see a flower, you see the vastness of nature, or you just see someone doing something good, and please do something, make a difference for her. Keep that way going. Just love and thank you so much.
Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you for opening the gospel again and again and helping us see your mom and see the call we each have.